So this is part three. I accidentally pressed the this pause. And so yes, you hear that they tortured children. A 7-year old tortured sexually. They mess with her lungs and they do other things to even younger kids. She goes on in the last part of part two of my morning testimony. I talk about these people who want you to accept this pedophilia type of torture, not only do this pedophilia type of tormenting, but they actually torture you. They torture children in a sexual matter, torturing them in a way where they make it hard for them to breathe, making a 7-year old autistic kid gasp for air. Right? These people, that's what they do. You know, my perps are trying to distance themselves from this program as if like this is a different one. Like, oh no, I did this. No, you are part of this. And you are wanting to me to subscribe to this pedophilia type of torture. And then they try to talk about me as a kid doing the stupid thing I did as a kid, who just hit maybe 14 years old, who did something to himself and try to make me forget that you guys actually torture children sexually. And then you do the pedophilia type of torture and then try to make me think that this is the way I felt when I was a kid, when I'm in my mid 30s, and think I'm going to subscribe to this. No, you're making me feel experience these disturbing pedophilia things. I know it's you guys. I know you torture children, and I know you're disgusting people. In my part one, I talked about the dreams they made me have earlier in the morning, at night, trying to condition my brain to look at kids in this way. I will not let them live the fantasy. I will make testimony every day when I can, talking about what they do to me. So you can see these patterns of manipulations that is nonstop. But the same patterns I've been seeing on others who've been tortured by this trash. So to all my target individual, as I'm wrapping up this part three, these people who say they've seen my death, right? Because they have the ability to, this technology has the ability to kind of basically, it's so sophisticated that it has everything lined up till the end, and I think they have visuals of what's gonna happen to me. Don't know what's gonna happen to them, but they know that in the meantime, as they're doing this to me, this target individual is not subscribing to the pedophilia type of torture that they do. He knows that they are manipulating people in these disturbing ways. He knows that they actually torture children sexually in other ways or involved in a program that does that. And he knows that these people are just the bottom feeders. And there's a bunch of pedophiles in those intelligence community agencies that empower this trash to do what they do, that is grooming this trash to do what they do. I know they're the people in charge. They're the architectures. These bottom feeders are just this bottom feeders, like I keep saying, and it's truly are that. And they want you to be frustrated and accept these things as if it's you. And they know I'm not going to subscribe to that. That's why earlier in my first part, you hear some noise campaign. They try to time it with me, like talking, wanting me to be nervous. Now, they 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 they're gonna try their best to make me feel nervous, and I could hear them in the hallways talking, saying "arpedo," but I purposely speak by my door so they can understand that I'll never subscribe to them. I'll never let them live their fantasy. These people are pedophiles that will condition your brain day in and day out to have these pedophile things. So when they tell me how they're going to torture me and what's going to happen, I'm going to be burned, I'm going to be raped, I'm going to be hurt. It's like, okay, I'd rather die this way. Honestly, I don't want to be in pain, but I didn't sell my soul to pedophiles, and I'm not doing what you do. I know who put me in this program. I know what they are, and I can imagine myself like, what if it was me? What if I lived their life, where my life consists of me manipulating and make somebody accept these pedophilia things? I don't think they're much different from me. Honestly, like in the sense that they're not like they just regular people who just enjoy this empowerment, and in the process sold the soul to pedophiles. So I'm just thankful this thing never came to me. I'm thankful that I'm not in somebody's hallway trying to make noise campaign and try to make somebody accept these things. Death comes to all of us. They don't know how they're gonna die. They know how I'm gonna die, right? They saw my pain and my torture. They have no idea what's gonna happen to them. They're alive today, not knowing what's gonna happen to them, but they're living right now, trying to make me accept these pedophilia things. You think what kind of death they're gonna have? No. To all my target individuals, stay strong. Know that you're better than them, and you be lucky that you didn't have to do what they do. They might know how you're gonna die, but they have no idea how they're gonna die. But I know that they're gonna have more fear that you ever fear because they know what they've done is gonna come back to them one way or another. So stay strong.